Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today in the review room, we are taking a look at this 1/6 scale Joker figure from The Dark Knight. Now, this was sent in to us by James Ryder. We're going to dive straight into this. First thing first, there's a Hottoys version, and I do not believe this is the Hottoys version. This isn't some custom. It's made by Fire A001. I believe that's the only marking I found, but it's not somebody who just made a custom. I don't know how the licensing goes, but I do know that Hottoys had it a few years ago, and it looks like this company now is making kind of the same figure but a little bit different, I do believe. It has the same sculpts of the two faces from what I can tell, but you guys let me know down in the comment box. I haven't really found much information out about it, but let's dive straight into the two faces. First up, we have this close-eyed, laughing, crazy face. Now, I did see in the Hottoys, and this is one of the only two subtle differences I noticed. With the Hottoys, it seems like there's a much darker black paint on the eyes. That was only one thing I did notice, but this does look, well, this looks great. I love this face. Now, the other face with the eyes in it looks incredible, and I think that is definitely my favorite face of the two. And this is it right here. He comes in the trench coat, and I took it off so we can see the vest, and then I'll put the two coats on him and kind of show you how he comes. First off, we'll dive right into the sculpt on his face. That is incredible. I mean, look at that. I think I might have too much light on him. When you see him in the room with regular lighting on, I mean, look at that. Look at that face right there with the eyes, how glossy they are, and the scars, all that makeup work. Just the sculpt and paint is awesome. I love it. Anyway, the back of his hair, I believe on the other sculpt, and I can't figure this out, the other sculpt has these lines where it looks like you can kind of move the hair and maybe kind of put in, if you see there's grooves right there, maybe you can put in hair to give him a different design, like his hair is all flying around, because they send these pieces of hair, and I still have not figured out where the, thank you, still have not figured out where these go. It's just two pieces of hair, and I thought maybe there was some way to take his hair out and plug hair in to make him look all crazy. We saw a spot, but I can't figure it out. But it looks like that. Anyway, so that's the two hair pieces. If you guys know what those are all about, let me know down in that comment box. But I just can't get over the likeness. So again, I want to keep this kind of quick so we can dive into Jason next and some other reviews. But I want to show off his body and then show you the only other difference I noticed from the Hottoys figure. Now, his body looks great. He's got this vest on, the tie, he's got this suit underneath, and then you have the pants and the gloves. He has additional hands. He has 3 regular hands right there, and then 2 other gloved hands, obviously for his accessories. That's something else we're going to dive into next. But he has this chain. Oh, let me move his hand out of the way. He has his chain resting in his pocket. There's nothing on it, and it's sewn in there, but that is a great little detail that hangs out of his jacket. When you see him wearing his jacket, you have these shoes that look great, and then his socks. My daughter loves these socks. Look at that. Those are some great socks.
Colorful ones, too.
Yeah, they are colorful. Look at that.
Be a clown.
Daddy got to get some socks like that.
Oh,
anyway.
no. Oh, no. Embarrassing Dad walking around. Hey, look, check out my new socks.
Anyway, we got these shoes here that have some great detail on them. Got little tiny shoelaces in there. And then we'll set him down, and I'm going to take a look at one of the jackets here. Next up, we have the gray jacket. I took a break and threw it on real quick. It is, as you can imagine, a pain in the butt because he has long sleeve on underneath that gray jacket, so you kind of gotta use tender loving care to weasel those arms down in there. I'm using the base from Friday the 13th. This figure does not come with a base, not even a standard base. Not a real big deal. You can get a regular base for like $6 or $7, something like that. But this looks kind of cool with the jacket on. I think the green vest, how we just showed it, was probably one of my favorite looks. But we'll go ahead and throw on the purple trench coat now and show you how everything looks together. I just wanted to give you an idea of what it looked like with this gray jacket. Maybe we'll show you the back of him. He still looks really cool, but again, I either prefer the green vest or the purple trench coat. And here the Joker is in his purple trench coat. This is one of my favorite looks for the Joker, either in that green vest. I really like that. I think that's probably my #1. There's something about it that looks so cool. But this purple trench coat, I love this. This is how I'm gonna display him at first, probably because the shirts are kind of a pain. The trench coat, it's really nice to get on. It wasn't nowhere near as a pain as the other ones were. You can see the material. The material is really good. It has this is a suede type feeling to it, the material, and then on the inside it has that bright orange, and then we got the green here, and then bright orange again on the inside, and you can see the sewing on the pockets, the fine detail on the buttons and everything, even the tie. You can see the detail on the shirt. You can see more of the detail on his face here with his eyes and everything. Just fantastic. Let's see how close up we can get. That looks incredible. I guess that's as close as we can get since it went blurry, but the closer you get, the more incredible this looks. I mean, the eyes and the glossiness on his lips and everything, I think that makes this stand out and make it look even more realistic. Man, that sculpt and paint work is incredible. And then the hair in the back, you guys seen that. Now, the one thing I wanted to mention, the second thing I noticed, the hands are probably the only telltale sign that this wasn't a Hot Toys figure, unless, I don't know, you're a freaking pro. I'm sure we're going to get some comments saying, no, this and this and that. Maybe I'll show the detail of the pants while we discuss this, but the hands feel like they're of a quality where you want to be very careful with them, especially, I'll show you what I mean, the joints in particular. There you go. So that's the Joker hand. It's just a plain hand, and it's outstretched, probably holding money or something like that. Not a lot of detail, and that's fine. The Breaking Bad figure didn't have a lot of detail in the hands. I don't care because you're distracted by its face. This is the problem area. These joints honestly are pretty weak. I would be absolutely 100% as careful and gentle as you possibly can. I think that's probably the only flaw I've seen with this figure, the joints and then the lack of detail on the hands. Again, for me, I am not picky at all because I'm usually not even looking at the hands. This is the Jason Sideshow figure, and you can kind of tell how it has a little bit more detail and just a little bit more going on here. I'm trying to get the lighting such to where it's not such a bright light. It kind of has a little shadow to it to give you the accurate look of it being in the room. But anyway, that's something I felt really important to show you guys. As far as the articulation, he has the usual up and down a good amount. You can get him into some fantastic poses. He's got good side to side, and then the shoulders, he has this articulation where you can move the shoulders forward and backward. I don't know what that would be, maybe like a butterfly joint. And it's really good to get, I don't know if there's any shrug. Yeah, you can actually get a shrug to them, and that kind of articulation is really good for your really subtle nuances in your poses. And then his arm, he has double joint in his arm, and then he's got an ab crunch. Yeah, he's got an ab crunch right there. And then he has a waist twist also. I don't want to go too crazy because then it'll mess up all his clothes. His legs bend right there like that, like a double joint. And then he has some good articulation on his ankle. Go up and down, and then if you move that ball bearing around, you can get some rocker, some side-to-side rocker. But again, you have to move that that ankle peg around. You don't want to be too brutal with it. I've done that before and broken a peg by being too brutal. Thank you, buddy. Alright, so I was going to end the video, but my daughter, alright, he's going to fly in the background. My daughter explained to me that I was forgetting the accessories. Okay, he comes with a really cool little tin of accessories here where you open it up, and then my daughter's going to help me get the accessories out as quiet as she can. Now this is another thing I should point out now that I am looking at the accessories. This is probably the only other telltale sign that this didn't come from Hottoys themselves. I gotta look into what the deal is with that license now that I'm thinking about it. I'm sure there's just some other deal going on where they have something different that I don't know, and that gives them the right. Alright, I don't know how this goes on, but this is supposed to be a folding gun stock. There you go. But like I said, this plastic right here, there's not a lot of weathering or detail on it, maybe a tiny bit, but the plastic on this gun feels really cheap and really lightweight, and this gun stock here, the foldable one, never wants to stay on. You got to be super gentle with it. Again, Hottoys could have been the same way. I do not know. I do not own one, but I do think that this looks really good at a distance. If you get up close, you could probably tell that not a lot of the finer details are there, but I think it looks really good. And if you missed on the original Joker, oh wow. Wow, look at that. I got spring action. I think if you missed on the original Joker, this is definitely a great replacement, and that is amazing. I'm getting rid of that damn stock, but I think that is amazing. You can load real little bullets there and shoot your toys. Look, watch. Just kidding. Okay, next up, these are dollar bills with the Joker face. I'm never going to be able to get in that close. Oh, maybe I can. There's a Joker face really lightly printed on the money, and this is a stack of ones. That is awesome. Next up, we have a deck of playing cards. Now, I do not know what the inside of the cards are. I'm assuming they're a little bit different, but this one has the Joker on it. I would be fine if they were all the same, and that is the back of the cards. Man, really fantastic, tiny little detail. Everything's getting better and better. Next up, we got this little grenade here. We got two of them. How many? Two or three, honey?
Three of them.
3 grenades. Next up, besides the grenades, we have the gas canisters. We got 3 of those as well. You got some red on top there, some detail. Enough detail to make these really cool accessories to have in the background. And then we have his extended clip gun right here. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. However, I don't want to break it, so I don't want to push on it too much, but it looks like it is supposed to slide a little bit, but this thing looks great. Again, it is again lightweight and feels kind of flimsy and feels like it might fall apart on you, so I really suggest you be careful. Next thing up, unfortunately, are 2 knives. I'm saying unfortunately because the knives were broken in the box. I had pulled them out originally to show for the map mail, and the one was broken. I thought it came in pieces for something, but it doesn't. It is I guess it broke together right there in the seams. Juliet has the pieces right here. Yeah, you could probably just super glue it together, but I want to make you guys aware of that. This one works though. This one has a little clip, and then you slide. Oh man, it's so small, it's hard to do, but you slide that there, and it pulls the knife out. I'm gonna be real gentle with it, but yeah, that's really cool, you know. That is all the accessories. It's like an accessory graveyard down there. But those are all the accessories. Come here, you sexy son of a bitch. This is the Joker from The Dark Knight. I mean sexy in a different way, Juliet.
I know.
Now, another thing, I got this as a gift and to review, and I have it as a gift, and I love it. I couldn't be more excited to have it. But for a review, I need to be brutally honest about that joint. I am constantly having problems with the joints, especially the ones with the gloves, because the molding of the glove, it has overhang. So the hands never want to stay, and if you try to move the hands to get any articulation, if you're not crazy careful, they will pop off. Sometimes you can get them snug to where if you got to move them a decent amount, they'll pop off. Other times you get them on to where if you just turn them like this, it'll come right out. And I think it might have to do with that overhang, so it's not treating me really well here. I might try to pop in one of his other hands. Here's his, and I'm thinking maybe it's the overhang. So let's take a moment real quick and see if we can pop in this hand and if we have any problems. I would prefer if he had his gloves, so if I need to find a way to get that glove hand on there by doing a little custom work on it, like a little DIY, I will definitely do that. It's worth it. And this feels snug. Like this feels like I can use some of that articulation. What do we got here? You know, oh yeah, this feels like I can use the articulation and not have any problems with it whatsoever. So that is great. All right, here we go. I put the gun in his hand just to end with a cool look here. He looks pretty damn cool. Now that gun fought me the entire way, so I would highly suggest get a blow dryer, a really cheap one if you don't have one at home, and then hit it for just 10 seconds, man. It'll loosen it up. Get the gun in there, get him in a pose you like, and then you're good to go. Now, like I said, he doesn't come with a stand. I was using the Jason stand, but he's too short for the Jason one. His feet don't touch. You can see him kind of swinging there, but you could just go online and get him a nice little stand, or do like a little DIY project yourself and get some stickers they sell, like a Joker sticker, and you probably have something that is truly amazing. I think he looks incredible, and I'm going to put him up next to the Batman Returns, and we're doing another room tour coming up shortly. In a few months, I will show off the whole 1/6 scale figures, and also the quarter scale figures. So again, massive thank you to map member James Dieter for sending this in as a gift and to review. I love it. And again, besides the 5A001, I am not really aware what company makes this. Alright guys, thank you for coming by the review room, but don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out.
Okay.